to my channel. This is going to be a general reading for you. We're going to start off with the tarot. Any information that you may be looking for, I will include in the description box if you do want like a personal reading with me, or if you want to follow me on my other social medias. I will make sure that I list that, okay? Also, make sure you like the video, subscribe so that you never miss a beat. And let's get into it. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What are the general messages coming through? Okay, so we have two cards that have already flipped. So we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So immediately it's going into certain secrets being revealed, or if not secrets, someone who has been maybe distant, avoidant, maybe not the best at communicating, they could be resurfacing over the next week or so. Now, in them resurfacing, it's the question of, are they being honest? Can you trust them? Are they telling you the full-on truth about what has been going on with them, if they've been dealing with other people, whatever the like secret or hidden information or stuff they may have been trying to keep from you. You could be looking deeper at this person, this connection, and just wondering, can you really trust this individual? I also see beyond that, if there's been certain things that you've been avoiding dealing with or taking care of, especially in the realm of like business, money. Okay, you've been putting some sort of opportunity off, or you've been putting off some sort of decision here. This is a time frame in which you can't keep putting it off, or you finally are addressing whatever this like money thing or this opportunity for some of you that you've been ignoring. All right, let's keep going. I also have the Justice card here. So if there is any legal stuff that you're having to deal with, you will get a favorable outcome in the end. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about how a court case is going to go or the outcome in terms of like whether or not you're going to have to pay money for something or just the judgment not being in your favor. It's going to be a favorable outcome. I'm also seeing someone here who has been blatantly dishonest with you. They are going to get their fair share of karma. It's important that you don't align yourself with this person in the midst of them getting their karma though, because you could get directly affected by just being too close to them in the midst of them experiencing their karma. Again, also going into somebody who has been dishonest or has been sneaky, in them resurfacing, they could be going out of their way to try to get you to forgive them or give them another chance or trying to show you that they're different this time around. Let's keep going. Okay, it's a lot of cards flipping. We got the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, the World card, and the Four of Swords. Let me show you really quick. I love this deck. Okay, so for my Cancers who are married, there could be a chance for you and your person to move to a different space within the relationship where you're able to finally move past the challenges or some sort of, like the best way I could put it, you and your person may have been very very convinced that this relationship was done. And now there could be a chance for things to change, but it's a matter of whether or not you guys are willing to put bygones or the past issues in the past. It's a lot of questioning either on your person's end, the person that you're married to, on whether or not you're like truly forgiving them for things that they've done, or if there is a chance for you to maybe work things out with them, especially if there has been talks of like divorce. I'm really getting that they don't want that to be a thing. Like the more that the conversation of divorce comes up, the more uncomfortable the person you're married to could be getting. I'm also seeing something here about like the possibility of the person that you're currently just dating for you guys to actually take things to the next level. But there's a lot of like rethinking, questioning, if either you're ready for this or if they're ready. And that could be why, if some of you have been questioning why they've been in their head or why they've been acting so like to themselves, it could be due to the fact that they're in their head questioning if they're ready to take on this level of responsibility to get married. But other than that, I am seeing changes around, like kind of to switch gears, I am seeing changes around your financial situation. You could be either budgeting or doing something different around how you're approaching managing your finances, or even like a business for some of you as well. There could be like a new strategy that you're putting into your business, and this is going to help you get more customers or see more traction or more movement around like your website or your creative either talents or things that you may make money from. Like say you do tarot readings, say you're someone who posts social media content. You could find that there's more fluctuation in terms of people seeing your stuff by you posting more, and this could give you more of the courage to keep going. But it's making sure on your part that you're not getting so caught up in the long term, or not long term, the short term, that you're forgetting that there's a long-term vision in terms of what you're trying to achieve. Okay, because for a lot of you, it could be this question of if you should be done or if you should quit some sort of business idea or some sort of creative idea. And the more that you focus on the views, or you focus on whether or not people are going to see it or if people are going to receive it kindly, it's taking away from your ability to create, is kind of what I'm getting here as well. If you're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual, they also could be giving you like extreme mixed signals. That's like something I picked up randomly while I was just looking at these two cards. They could be giving you mixed signals. They could be giving you like hot and cold energy. One second, they're really expressive about how they feel, or they're very flirty, or they, you know, are consistent. And then for some reason, their energy switches up. There could be things going on with them, though, that you don't necessarily know about in terms of family problems, and also them trying to figure out their finances. So it could be a lot deeper than the surface with this air sign, especially if you're dealing with an Aquarius. And I'm also getting maybe a Leo. Let me pull some cards from here. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What is the general energy around them? So we have anchor, which represents stability. I did see something about relocation or moving, or some of you guys feeling maybe drawn to like a different career path. I'm hearing real estate for some of you, real estate, or going into some sort of business. Okay, if you've been thinking about getting into business, this is definitely a confirmation in this reading to go for it, because I keep seeing so much stuff about business. But I also have yin and yang. So this talks about balance. This talks about also karma. Karma being a balancing out force. So I see good karma coming your way. It's important, though, and I'm going to reiterate it, that you allow certain individuals to receive their karma and not be connected to them while they're receiving their karma. Okay, how can spirit really come through if you're, you know, still having certain individuals in your life who have wronged you or who don't mean you any good? How can their karma really be issued? Or, and also too, spirit is going to remove anybody who does have bad intentions for you or who may not mean you any good, and that in itself is karma. But I also have recycle, which represents recover. If you've been going through any health issues, or if you've been feeling energetically off, this is going to be a time of like recalibration or review, or your energy starting to shift for the better. It's a matter of making sure that you're doing things to pull yourself out of the bed is kind of what I'm getting. Some of you have been spending way too much time in the house, in the bed. Also needing to be mindful of the types of either food or things that you're consuming, like energy wise, what you're watching, all of that is going to be important. Also have unlimited potential, rainbow, which represents hope. And I also have traffic cone, which represents caution. With unlimited potential, oh look, and we have destiny clarifying it. So with unlimited potential, this talks about being mindful of putting limitations on yourself in the first place that keep you from reaching your full potential. So over the next week or so, there could be clear glimpses of opportunity that you need to hone into, but if you keep like believing that you're not able to maybe do certain things that you would like to do, or if you believe that you're not capable when it comes to, I don't know, being successful from your creative endeavors or having a successful business or reaching your full potential spiritually, whatever your personal goals may be, the more that you place limitations on yourself, the more that you're kind of like deterring yourself from your actual destiny. So it's important, those moments where your mind starts to go into this doubtful energy or talking yourself out of doing things that you feel drawn to do, like on an intuitive level, this is more so taking you, like I said, off path. So you want to be mindful of letting fear like control you, especially with caution showing up here right next to hope. Like the warning is not necessarily to be extremely positive about your approach, but not assuming the worst either, or putting like self-imposed limitations on yourself, because this could really be like deterring you. Okay, so what else is going on with my Cancers over the next week or so? What's going on with my Cancers? So we have trust your instincts. Yeah, this goes back into your intuition. When you feel intuitively led to do certain things over this week, it's important that you're listening, okay? Because your intuition is there for a reason. And it's important that you know how to distinguish between your intuition and between more so like worry or fear or doubt, because it's a different energy when you're operating out of worry, fear, or doubt versus your intuition leading you and telling you something's off or something is the move for you. Also have Earth Mother. This represents feel loved and comforted. We have Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. I'm going to pull one more from here. We have Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. So many cards about listening to the inner self. So I think that this week is about not leaning on your mind to make the decisions for you during this time frame solely, but listening to your inner knowing, especially when it comes to what we mentioned in the beginning of the reading, with certain individuals popping up, with certain business opportunities or career opportunities. It's important that you're listening to your inner self. Now, I'm going to pull from this deck as well. Let's see what spiritual messages are coming through for you. What are the spiritual messages coming through for my Cancers? Oh, okay, so we have a couple of cards that fell. Let me try to get it. So we have Commitment, Talisman, and Ghostlands that fell. So, of course, commitment talks about committing yourself to a journey, committing yourself to another person. Overall, oh, what is this? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that there was a whole key. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a key under the star, and it has heart on it. Okay, so with this card coming up, the spiritual message is when it comes to any like romantic connection that you have in your life right now, it's important that you're opening your heart chakra up to forgiveness, like to forgive your partner, especially if you are going to want to work on your relationship. Forgiveness is going to be key. If there's this constant holding on to the past, whether that's, you know, your past prior to dating the person that you're with now, or the past in dealing with them, if you are going to want this relationship to work out or want this connection to go the distance, it's a matter of patience being added into the approach in how you're dealing with the issues in this connection, but also like truly knowing what you're committing yourself to, and forgiving. Truly forgiving is like one thing I'm picking up strongly with this card. Also, Talisman talks about crystallized lessons, the lessons that we've experienced in life, they're not necessarily for us to take with us in the sense of being fearful or taking on more so the resentment of the lessons that you've learned, but more so taking the lessons, letting it guide you moving forward, because there are twists and turns that come up in life, but it's a matter of how you navigate them, especially based off of the wisdom and understanding that you've gained from your previous experiences. So there's no need for you to hold on to any old experiences that don't empower you, is the message with the talisman. And then with the ghost lens, same thing. This talks about the past haunting us, or essentially the past being a ghost land, and understanding that the only thing that gives the past life is our recollection of it, or our constant connection to it. So you just want to be mindful of how much you allow the past to dictate your decisions, even in the present moment. Especially if they're not like the most positive. If you're moving from a place of wisdom, that's different. But if it's more of a, oh, I don't want to experience X, Y, and Z again because I went through X, Y, and Z in the past, it's almost like assuming that past history is going to keep repeating itself. And that's only the case if you're not learning, or you're not allowing yourself the chance to really soak in the wisdom from what you've experienced. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful. If you did take something from this reading, definitely thumbs it up and subscribe. And I will see my beautiful Cancers in the next one.